Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel Onuswag. Today I have made this video on West Bengal Board's English Medium Life Science. I have seen that there are too many videos to help CBSE students English medium, but English medium, life science, biology and all subjects. But in West Bengal's English medium students have some problem because West Bengal's most of the tutorial videos are of Bengali and the English medium students have difficulty in understanding. So I have made this channel for West Bengal English medium students. Today I will teach you the first chapter, control and coordination. It is the first chapter of class 10 West Bengal board and is very important for Madhyamik examination. I think 19 marks comes from this chapter in Madhyamik examination. This is part 1 chapter and you will get other videos of this chapter in my description box. So let us start this chapter. Control and coordination in living organism. I am following the Shatra textbook which I used during my Madhyamik preparation. Open page number 1. I think this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then share and subscribe among your friends and please listen to what I am saying. That Shatra book is for Madhyamik, but you have to follow another textbook with you. At first we will complete the Shatra textbook. So the first line is living organisms exist in changing environment. They can recognize and react or respond to changes in both internal and external environment. Like we can respond to both internal and external environment. So we are living beings. The next line is the physicochemical change in the environmental condition which produces appreciable effect in plant is described as stimulus. It is very important line. Okay, it will come in any of the test. Okay, so please underline this stimulus. What is stimulus? Stimulus is a kind of energy. Example, light intensity, touch, contact with chemical substances, internal enzymes, hormones. The next line is what is response? From this paragraph we can see that there are several questions. What is response? What is sensitivity? What is perceptive region? What is responsive region? So you have to memorize all the definitions. At first let us understand the definitions. The reaction of the plant means the response means the reaction. If you means the effect of the plant, reaction of the plant to stimulus is called response. Then the area of the plant body which perceives the stimulus is called perceptive region. It is also very important line. While the plant part showing the response is called responsive region. So from this para we will have what is stimulus, what is response, what is sensitivity, what is perceptive region, what is responsive region. So please underline this and memorize the definitions. Next, what is cyclosis? In the next para, movement of cytoplasm is called cyclosis or protoplasmic streaming. So what is the another name of cyclosis? Protoplasmic streaming. Cyclosis can be of two types, rotation and circulation. Movement of whole protoplasm encircling the central vacuole in a mature plant cell is rotation, while the unidirectional movement of protoplasm surrounding each vacuole is circulation. Okay students, can you understand? Please comment me. If you cannot, then I will make another video to make you understand this. This is very easy concept. Then what are statolites? There are several gravity sensitive inclusions called statolites present in statocytes of certain plant organs. It is also very important question, what is statocytes and statolites? A change in intracellular orientation of statolites help the plant organs to perceive the stimulus very rapidly. The motor cell is present in the pulvinus. So where are the motor cell present? It is present in pulvinus. So from this page we have several questions. So please learn these pages thoroughly. So you can see the next page. From this page the important definition is movement of variation. You can see that I have made this line underlined. So what is movement of variation? Spontaneous movement of curvature due to reversible change in target pressure is called movement of variation, and its example is Indian telegraph plant. Then the hair cells present on the leaf surface of Drosera dionia are sensitive and touch and receive the touch stimulus of insect. Next, their question is important is what is transmission time? The time taken by the stimulus to reach the region of response is transmission time. Then the next line is what is latent or reaction time? The duration between the application of stimulus and production of visible response is called latent time or reaction time. So please memorize these two lines. These two definitions are very important, and short questions might come from these two lines. Then the sensitivity in plants was discovered for the first time by Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose. We all know he experimented on the Mimosa pudica plant. Okay, this is also known as touch me not plant, and he also experimented on the plant Desmodium. He wrote all this in his book The Nervous Mechanism of Plant. So you must memorize the name of the book. The Nervous Mechanism of Plant is very important. Next, the plant movement. What is movement of curvature? When a part or organ changes its position or direction in response to stimuli, the process is termed as movement. This type of movement is known as movement of curvature. Then we have the definition of movement, which is very, very important. You can see the black line. Please underline that. What is written? The process by which living organism remain fixed at a place, but its parts or organs show change of position due to influence of stimuli is called movement. So please try to understand the definition. Okay, here are three types of plant movement. There are many types, but in class 10 we have only three types: tactic, tropic, nastic. Tropic and nastic are under movement of curvature, but tactic is not under movement of curvature. Okay, movement in plant induced by external stimuli is also known as paratonic movement or induced movement. Okay, so what is tactic movement? The movement of locomotion induced by external stimuli like temperature, light, chemicals, etc. are called tactic movement. Okay students, please try to learn this tactic movement thoroughly. In the next page, it is written that what is phototactic movement. Movement induced by light is called phototactic movement. Example: Chlamydomonas, volvox, and many other algae show of positive phototactic movement under dimmed light. You have to understand dimmed light, okay, not intense light, and a negative phototactic movement under intense light. So please underline this line, which is very, very, very important. So phototactic movement is a type of tactic movement. Phototactic movement, chemotactic movement, thermotactic movement are several types of tactic movement. It comes under tactic movement. Next, tropic movement. When the direction of growth movement of curvature of plant organ bears a definite relation to the direction of stimulus, either towards or away from the stimulus, then the movement is known as tropic movement. Okay, tropic movement do not show change of position, but tactic movement shows change of position. Tropic movement shows only movement of curvature, that is, the body remains fixed at its place, but the parts or organs of the plant show change of position. Example is that when you place a pea plant or any other plant in towards sunlight, you can see the phototactic movement. I am coming to that point. So what are the types of tropic movement? Phototropic movement, geotropic movement, hydrotropic movement. What is phototropic movement? Movement of plant parts in response to light stimulus is known as phototropism. And phototropic movement are also two types: positively phototropic, three types: positively phototropic, negatively phototropic, transversely phototropic. Okay, what is positively phototropic? The shoot portion grows towards the direction of light, so the shoots are positively phototropic, and the root portion grows away from the direction of light, so they are negatively phototropic. And what are transversely phototropic? In a plant, leaves are placed at horizontal at right angle to the direction of light source, so these are transversely phototropic. Okay, for example, a potted plant in a room near the open window which adequate light fall on the plant. After a few days, it is found that shoot portion of the plant move towards the open window, that is towards the source of light, whereas the leaves are placed in transverse position by responding to the light stimulus. Therefore, it may be concluded that stem is positively phototropic and roots are transversely phototropic. This para is very important. Heliotropism. Next point is heliotropism. Heliotropism is not a part of tropic movement, it is a type of tropic movement. Okay, heliotropism is a form of solar tracking that enhances photosynthesis, thereby increasing growth rate. Example: apical buds of sunflower exhibit this directional movement towards sunlight, that is, not only they grow towards the sun but are seen the tracking the sun. Okay, so it is heliotropism. Next, which have to be learned thoroughly is geotropic movement or geotropism. Okay, students, please underline this definition. What is geotropism? The movement of curvature. I have taught you what is movement of curvature of plant organs. When induced by force of gravity, gravity always pulls downwards. So the movement of curvature of plant organ when induced by force of gravity is called geotropic movement or geotropism. There are three types of geotropic movement: positively geotropic movement, negatively geotropic movement, and transversely geotropic movement. Positively geotropic movement. Primary roots are called positively geotropic movement as they grow towards the gravitational force, and the stems that grow away from gravitational force are negatively geotropic. The secondary roots, rhizomes, grow at right angle, means 90 degree to the gravity, so they are known as transversely geotropic or diageotropic. Another name of transversely geotropic is diageotropic. Please remember that. Example is not so important. Next is hydrotropism. And see the last line of page. The movement of curvature of plant organ in response to water stimulus is known as hydrotropic movement or hydrotropism. Hydrotropic movement is also of two types: positively hydrotropic movement and negatively hydrotropic movement. So from this page we have several questions, important question for Madhyamik, like what is phototactic movement, what is tropic movement, give examples, what is positively phototropic movement, negatively phototropic movement, transversely phototropic movement, what is heliotropism, what is geotropic movement, geotropism, what is hydrotropic movement or hydrotropism, and positively geotropic, negatively geotropic, diageotropic, then hydrotropic, positively hydrotropic, and then negatively hydrotropic. So this page is very important. Learn thoroughly this page. Okay, then later. So you can see the next page. Here it is seen that nastic movement. What is the definition of nastic movement? Let's try to understand. Okay, like tropic movement is induced by direction of stimulus, but nastic movement is induced by intensity of stimulus. Intensity and directions are two different things. So let us learn the definition. The movement of curvature of plant organ. This is first point, that bears no relation to the direction of stimulus. Second point, but is responsive to the intensity of stimulus. Third point is called nastic movement. So we have to divide this definition into three parts so that we can understand easily. First is, it is the movement of curvature. It bears no relation to the direction of the stimulus. And the last point is, it is responsive to the intensity of stimulus. So from this definition you can also write the characteristics of nastic movement. So it is very easy to learn this way. Then the types of nastic movements are photonasty, thermonasty, chemonasty, seismonasty. At first we will read photonasty. What is photonastic movement? Very important line. This type of nastic movement takes place in response to the intensity of light. The best known photonastic movement is the slip movement of leaves. The leaves of many leguminous plants and those of clover or oxalis expand horizontally during the day, begin to droop and close towards evening. The opening of flowers like water lily, sunflower, poppy after sunrise and closing after sunset is an example of photonasty. Okay, please try to remember these examples. And there are two types of for photonastic movement: positive photonastic movement and negative photonastic movement. The flowers of this plant exhibit positive photonastic movement, and some species of Oenothera open in dark, and they are negatively photonastic movement. And what is thermonastic movement? Nastic movement when induced by intensity of temperature is called thermonastic movement. Intensity of temperature, not the direction, not the direction of stimulus. It is the intensity of stimulus. The key word is intensity of stimulus. Example: flower of tulip opens when temperature increases and closes when temperature falls. So this page is also very important. You cannot skip any part. What is nastic movement? What are the types of nastic movement? Photonastic movement, thermonastic movement, chemonastic movement, seismonastic movement. So try to learn thoroughly. I will recommend that please practice by memorizing this question, practice the writing and write with diagrams. If you can provide diagram, then you will get full number. I suggest that you must practice. Okay students, then we will continue. The next topic is chemonastic movement, seismonastic movement. Turn on next page. So what is chemonastic movement? Nastic movement when induced by the presence of certain chemical substance and is independent of the direction of stimulus is called chemonastic movement. So you have to understand this, what is chemonastic movement. It is very important. There are two types of chemonastic movement: positive chemonastic movement and negative chemonastic movement. So positive chemonastic movements, examples are sundew, drosera, Venus flytrap. The tentacles curve in response to soluble proteins present in the center of the leaf. Okay students. Then what is seismonastic movement? The nastic movement which is induced by the stimuli like touch, pressure, shock, shaking. Touch, pressure, shock, shaking. 4 stimuli. Touch, pressure, shock, shaking is called seismonastic movement. The best example of seismonastic movement is the drooping down of leaflets of sensitive plants or shy plant Mimosa pudica. When the leaf is subjected to sudden touch, the leaf and its part droops down very rapidly. This is due to the fact that the turgidity of thin-walled parenchymatous cells present in the pulvinus suddenly drops in response to the stimulus. So you have to write the mechanism of the seismonastic movement of Mimosa pudica. So please try to understand this. Water is released from the motor cells into the intercellular spaces and they suddenly collapse, resulting in drooping down of the leaflets and the plant. What are the examples? Plants like mogra and dahlia respond to stimuli like duration of light and temperature. So you have to understand the mechanism of seismonastic movement in Mimosa pudica, also known as touch me not plant. Could you understand? Think you could. If you cannot, please comment me in the comment section. I will make another video for you. Seen this question in the Porshad, that write the mechanism of seismonastic movement of Mimosa pudica in drooping down. Please prepare the answer and practice the writing. Writing practice is very important. Next, the differences between tactic movement, tropic movement and nastic movement. This difference is also very important. I think this is very important for Madhyamik 2024. So what are the differentiation? I suggest you to make parameters. That is, the first parameter will be of movement, second relation, third change of body place, fourth relation to stimulus. Please try to make parameters. First point is, it is the movement of locomotion. Tactic movement is this movement of curvature and movement of curvature. No relation with growth, related to growth, related to target changes. Involves the change of place of the whole body, does not involve change of place of whole body, does not involve change of place of whole body. Movement bears little relation to the direction of stimulus. Movement bears little relation to the direction of stimulus. Movement bears relation to the intensity of stimulus. Okay students, can you understand? I think you could, because I explained the previous parts and I think there must not be any problem in these differences. So please try to understand these differences and you can see that what is movement of locomotion, movement of curvature, movement of curvature. Tactic, tropic, nastic, 3 differences are there. Okay, so under tactic you 4 points, tropic 4 points, nastic 4 points. So students, I have completed the part 1. The next part 2, part 3 I will give in the description box. Hope you have understand what the concepts of first chapter. If you cannot, please comment me in the description box. Like, share and subscribe my video, and don't forget to subscribe it. Bye, see you in the next video. All for today. Hope you have all understood this video. Goodbye.